Hey, everybody. It's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. It is Saturday, December the 6th. There's my friend Coco laying there with me, enjoying this fine broadcast. Now, listen, happy Christmas war is over. John Lennon and Yoko Ono. John Lennon, 2 days from now, anniversary of his assassination, 45 years ago on Monday. 45 years ago. If you were around, do you remember what you were doing then? I mean, think about it. A lot of people weren't even born yet 45 years ago. The great John Lennon. This by far is the best Beatle Christmas song. The other Christmas song by Paul McCartney, it's okay. But it's kind of stupid, you know? This means a lot better. It's kind of Christmassy, and yet it's got a message to it. So, happy Christmas. John Lennon, I was driving. You could just imagine what John Lennon would be thinking if he was still with us today. I mean, he would have been 85 years old. And he may not have been performing anymore, but I'm sure John Lennon would have had a lot of comments as to what's going on in the world today, right? So we've missed his wisdom, his opinions over the year, and his music. You can say, think about all the music we've lost in 45 years. But then again, you got to say, we appreciate the music we got from John Lennon in the 40 years he was living. All that Beatle music, all that solo John Lennon music like this song. So we do have a lot of memories, a lot of great memories of Lennon, including the song. I can't wait. A couple of years from now, they're making those 4 Beatle biopics. And I can't wait to see all of them, of course. We're going to be about the life of the Beatles, but from each perspective of each, whether or bad. So it should be very unique. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the Lennon movie. Because there's so much other than his role in the Beatles, which was big. It's one of the best songwriters in the world. But what happened after the Beatles? Including his untimely death 45 years ago on Monday. Another anniversary we want to talk about before we talk about the Eagles. Tomorrow is the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 84 years ago. Pearl Harbor was bombed. And there are only 14 survivors from that attack. 14. Every year they get older and older. Most of these guys are well into their 100s. And every year we lose more and more survivors. In fact, the last survivor of the Arizona, the ship that went down on that fateful day, the very last survivor died early this year. So, they're just hopefully the lessons and the memory of Pearl Harbor will never fade away, even though the survivors of the year are leaving us. So only 14 left. And let's hope that those brave guys are around for a little bit longer anyway. So that's what's coming up in the next 2 days, in case I'm not on. But I thought I'd come on today because we do want to talk about the Eagles. They have a big game on Monday night. Seems like they haven't played for forever. They played a week ago, Friday, when they lost that disgusting bad game to the Bears, on Black Friday. So they play Monday night in LA against those Chargers. Who are okay team. They're okay. They're probably going to make the playoffs, but are they really good? Nah, not really. To me, the Eagles should go in there and beat them. Yeah, the Eagles have always had trouble with the Chargers, be it San Diego Chargers or LA Chargers. And for some reason, they've always had trouble with that franchise. But it's a game that the Eagles really should win and need to win. Since Dallas lost on Thursday night, thank God, they don't have the Cowboys breathing down their necks as much as far as the NFC East is concerned. The Eagles should still win the East. But it's the seeding in the playoffs which matters. Right now, they're seeded third in the playoffs. So, they want to get the higher the better so that you have more home games, which for the Eagles means a lot because what a home field advantage this team has, being in the cold and the wind in January at home at the lake, the fan base. And it's just sort of intimidating for a visiting team to have to come into Philadelphia and win a playoff game in order to get to the Super Bowl. So definitely the more wins they rack up in a regular season, they have 8 wins now. They're 8-4, 5 games left. Conceivably, they can have 13 wins by the end of the year. Will they? I mean, possibly they could run the table, but they got to play them. Saquon Barkley is just a shell of himself. This time last year, Barkley had a total of 1,700 yards on his way to 2,000. This year, he has 700. Think about that. He's 1,000 yards shy of last year. That's a lot. That is a lot of production. Jalen Hurts isn't as good because he's not running as much, and I don't know why. Is he afraid to run, or is he saving it for the playoffs? I don't know. But I don't know. He's had an okay year. He's not throwing the interceptions like he usually does, but something just seems a little off with him too. With the whole team. I mean, when you lose Lane Johnson, your offensive line is getting older, they're injured more often. That's a big part of the football team. Offensive line, defensive line. And this week, Jalen Carter is going to be out. Had procedures done on both of his shoulders. Don't know when he's coming back, but he won't be back this Monday night. So that's got to hurt. Jalen Carter is the best defensive player. And one might say Lane Johnson is their best offensive player. Yeah. So it's not going to be easy to go into LA and beat the Chargers. I mean, they still have Justin Herbert, Ryan McConkey. Eagles have more weapons than they can use. AJ Brown has been playing good. Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. Who knows if Barkley will put out there. The Eagles should win this game. They really should win this game. I get it about going from the East Coast to West Coast. I get that. But, the Eagles just have a better team than the Chargers. Somehow, some way, they need to win this game. They need to right the ship before they get to the playoffs. Now, after this game, Eagles come home and play the Raiders, who stink. And in 2 out of the last 3 weeks, they play the Washington Commanders. And their quarterback, Jaden Daniels, may be back for those games. We'll see. And the other game is they have to go to Buffalo to play the Bills up there. Now, it's going to be cold, and it may be snowing. Yeah. It's not going to be fun. And the Bills will probably be scraping and scrapping for a playoff. So that'll be a big game. That'll be a big game between Buffalo and the Eagles coming up in a couple weeks. So it's not going to be easy for the Eagles. But looks like the playoffs. It's just where they're going to be in the seeding and who they're going to play. So we'll see. I don't know. Is Saquon Barkley going to break out of this funk? You could say the offensive line has a lot to do with it, and they do. But Barkley apparently isn't hitting the holes as fast as he did last year. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. Could it be that he's tired? Man, it was a long season last year. Growing playoff games all the way to the Super Bowl. And could that be the answer? Could it be that I don't ever want to say that he's not tried as hard, he didn't trade as hard during the off season, or he had too many off season endeavors. His mind is not on football like it should be. But something's not the same with Barkley. Now maybe he'll come back next year. He'll be refreshed and he'll give it another go. But until then, I don't know if you can count on him, right? You may have to count on Jalen Hurts winning playoff games. AJ Brown, he's always going to be there. You just got to get him the ball. Devontae Smith, if he's healthy. Dallas Goedert, you got to use him more. And in defense is going to keep us in every game. But as far as Monday night is concerned, the Chargers are still down 200 tackles. Yeah, they need the game to solidify their playoff position. They're probably not going to win the division. They're behind Denver, but you never know. So it is going to be an important game on Monday. I say Eagles will win 23-20. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think either team's going to blow out the other team, but I just think close game, which Eagles tend to play. And 23-20 Bear. Birds. Blah, blah, blah. Birds. I call my chest. Birds. Anyway, there are some interesting games this weekend. In case you do watch football. It's so weird not having the Eagles on Sunday again, isn't it? Oh my God. I missed the Eagles being on Sunday afternoon. I mean, last week they were on Friday, Black Friday. The week before that, they were on, they played the Cowboys. That was a 4:00 game, 4:30 game. Okay, technically Sunday game, yes. Week before that, my birthday, they played at home, but they played at night, 8:25, Sunday Night Football. So they haven't played a 1:00 game at home in a long time. So it'll be nice to see the Eagles back on Sunday next week when they play those stinky Raiders from Las Vegas. But it is going to be kind of weird again tomorrow, having a Sunday of football, full card football too, without the Eagles. So, so tomorrow, some key games. Got the Ravens hosting the Steelers for supremacy in the AFC North. Got that big Buffalo-Cincinnati game up in Buffalo. Had good games tomorrow. Green Bay and the Bears. Well, we know how tough the Bears are. They're going to be in Green Bay. It's going to be absolutely frigid tomorrow. I see a lot of running tomorrow. Not much passage. I see a lot of running tomorrow. In fact, I think Baltimore's going to use Derrick Henry a little run a lot. Buffalo up there in the cold up there, they're going to use James Cook a lot to run. I think this time of the year, where it's getting colder and windy and possible snow flurries, I think you're going to see more running, more teams wanting to keep the ball on the ground, which means possibly lower scoring, which means the clock keeps running, less plays. So That's something to keep in mind. That a lot of times you have these games played in windy winter weather, and that's a lot of W's. Windy winter weather, and you'll see a lot of unders in the totals because of the not much passing. Teams want to keep the ball on the ground. They just want to sort of play close to the vest in this kind of weather, So, but I do see the Derrick Henry having a big game tomorrow. James Cook having a big game for Buffalo tomorrow. Because Buffalo's going to be affected, so is Baltimore. And don't forget, they're playing a game in Cleveland tomorrow. A game in, a game in Jersey. The Jets are playing at home tomorrow. So, a lot East Coast games, you know what that means. Running the football. That's what the Eagles built their team around, right? Look at last year. Saquon Barkley running the ball in January in Philadelphia in windy, cold, sometimes snowy weather. That is what football is all about. That's what it's right there. And that's if you're a team in the Northeast, like the Patriots, like the Eagles, like the Jets, like the Giants, even a little bit down south, the Baltimore Ravens. You want to plan, you want to build your team around the weather in the Northeast. Because if you have a good running game, you can control the ball, you can wind down the clock, and you make the other team come here. So I see that happening tomorrow. I see a lot of low scoring games. Really, yeah. 13-10, 2017, those kind of games, yeah. I don't think teams are going to be throwing the ball around, especially outdoor games tomorrow. So just saying. And don't forget, by the time I get back on Monday, hopefully those Phillies have made do something. I mean, the winter meetings start tomorrow in Orlando, Florida. And that's when we should start to see some trades coming down, free agent signings. And hopefully the Phillies are in the mix. And a lot of rumors about JT, where he's going to go. A lot of rumors about Kyle Schwarber, where's he going to go. I still think the Phillies are in on both of them. We'll see if they end up signing both of them, bring them back to the team. Ranger Suarez, one of my favorite players, looks like he might be on the way out. Harrison Bader, too. It's a shame. But we should have more news next week as the meetings begin in Florida on Sunday. So that's about it. Keep watching the Flyers. Flyers are having a good season so far. Let's hope they get the playoffs in the end. Sixers are having a better season than I thought they would have. They're 12-9 now, 13-9 after winning last night in Milwaukee. So Sixers hanging in there. They got to get their players back healthy again. Joel Embiid needs to come back and play. He played Thursday night. He had played last night, back-to-back games. So he's got to get better. I mean, this Sixer team, as fun as they are to watch, as good as they are, without Embiid, with Maxey heading up the clan, they're not going anywhere without Joel Embiid. That's the problem. They're just not. So let's hope he comes back on a more permanent basis soon. So, okay, everybody. Well, I guess that's it. I had a little longer show the other day. Sorry about that. But today, a little shorter show. So just wanted to come on, give you my Eagles pick. Eagles 23, Chargers 20. And if I had to take prop in the game, well, I just like AJ Brown again. I like AJ Brown. He's been catching the ball lately. He's been doing it. I mean, last week when most of the other Eagles mailed it in, AJ Brown was still playing hard. 10 catches, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Can't ask more from him, baby, right? So I think he continues on, and he torches the Chargers tomorrow. So that would be my prop pick with the age end round over 80 yards. So there we go. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Take care. Have a fun weekend, whatever you're doing. Watching football, out there shopping, decorating your house and your tree. Whatever you're doing, have fun and enjoy it. And it won't be here. Won't be around last forever, right? Christmas will come and go. Everything goes so fast. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.